So let's discuss some of the points. What are the changes and exciting the new features that are coming in, and how we need to adapt ourselves with the new technology to enable the business for the success. So here there are 4 core areas that we are concentrating today. One is on the infrastructure modernization side. Second one is going to be on leveraging the SAG's new features and capabilities. Also upgrading methodology for web methods and the surrounding systems. Also augmenting the SDLC process. So first one is going to be the infrastructure modernization. So in the infrastructure modernization, we will be seeing a bunch of challenges here and there. So hardware platform and the capacity planning. So we need to consider there are multiple areas where our infrastructure and platform is equipped to meet current as well as the future the business demands. So which requires the specialized analysis in the hardware platform for the migration, and also we need to plan for the business continuity where we are executing these our projects, and also upgrading to the latest and the most possible hardware and platforms with the best high availability we need to plan for. And also as the technology trends are being changed on the platform and hardware side, where the new hardwares are coming up, and also moving on to the new platforms like from physical to virtualized and virtual to the cloud environments or hybrid environments. So we need to make sure we are being equipped with all these changes, as we'll be adding additional the features or components or the tools which are going to be. So we need to plan for all those. And capacity planning is very important for our enterprise integration environment, because there are so many dependencies and factors coming up for current as well as the future, and we need to consider the several growth factors such as capacity for messaging, synchronous and asynchronous transactions, and auditing. And also, as we are going to implement the new projects and solutions, it is also very important to make sure what are our considerations for current as well as the future growth of our capacity. And also, we should be keeping certain, the key things are important is a retrackable framework is important, and also we need to apply the best practices. So obviously there are going to be several growths and gaps and will be found as the growth is going to be drastic that we have experienced in last couple of years, which is going to be much more in next upcoming few years. So it is very important to identify the growth, the growth requirements, and identify the gaps. Either those are internal platform or the external dependencies, and we need to come up with the keys, the realistic estimates and solutions to these gaps. And also we need to plan for the right estimates and the projections with the cost-effective and time-bound solutions. Either this is internal or the partnering or external. All these things we need to consider. So the features that will be augmenting and the addition to the future growth is also one of the critical things we need to analyze. State of our EAI and B2B environments. Also we need to look at the complexity landscapes, and we need to identify and enable the solutions which meets the growth. Also not few but foremost to not to forget about is the SAP, the dependencies that we have is like SAP or PeopleSoft or any third party or legacy applications. Those also we need to be taken into consideration. And also we need to adapt with the new technology trends. So especially on the cloud stream side as well as other cloud platform side, those also we need to consider. And cloud integration, we have the web methods have cloud streams, which is we need to consider is standardize all the cloud-based integrations that would enable our platform unification with right integration patterns, as well as building the right cloud streams platform with best integration. And we need to adapt and apply the software edges cloud integration strategy, so which is foremost that we need to consider about. And the value added solutions that we have is in the recent past we have been experienced and being implemented the solutions. One is Salesforce adapters, cloud streams adapters. Also we have several other external interfacing cloud integrations as well, which are like a Kronos or a Payday, Workday, other things. We need to consider about a P2P, on-premise, and iPaaS integrations. So there are min and max of on-premise and other cloud applications to choose with. Going on to the next topic, where we can leverage SAG's new features and capabilities. So this is going to be SAG's component integrations. So the landscape of the enterprise integration is changing quite fast. So we need to take several things into the consideration. Complexity is being increased. Performance can be degraded. Obviously, we need to plan for the performance considerations, platform and other areas. And as we have seen, software edge is either introducing or acquiring the new businesses or new components which we need to consider what are the right for the businesses. And with this, while considering, there will be several other challenges that we need to see what are the right solutions for us. So if you look at, there are several features and components are being introduced in the recent past in compared to A22 and before. So where this adds a degree of either confusion or the challenges of which features and components to choose. If you look at like WebMethods IBO solutions, where Apama has been acquired last year, also Terracotta is being introduced in the recent past, and Cloud Streams, Command Central or Nirvana messaging, for these are the new features. And also there are several integrations that we need to consider, either BPM stage or B2B asset caching or integrating with our existing or partner B2B or EA. Also the mobile areas where we see the task inbox or data synchronization or some template-based solutions that are being. And so these are all we need to see which are the right features for us. So obviously the main challenge comes here is what features and components are out there and what to take. So the first question comes is whether we really need to take it or need not take it, or is it going to be best for our return on investment, or is it going to be a meaningful business decision, and what kind of challenges that we may be seeing, either it's budgetary challenges or staffing or integration or any of the uncertainties that they may come up with, such as running over the budget, or maybe the project may not accomplish the corporate strategy. So many things questions may be coming up. So in order to meet those challenges, actually ProSoft has been working diligently with our the technology partners like SAG and also our the customers. We understand very well about the technology and business, where different organizations will be having different challenges and requirements, and we help in choosing what is the right technology and the right features to implement for their the business demand. And in fact, many times we have helped customers to choose only the right features and technologies than implementing the whole lot. and also help understanding what to implement now and what to implement later. So that's one of the strategies that we help our customers also when some degree of uncertainty exists. So upgrade methodology. So in the upgrade methodology, we need to consider a few points. If you look at why should I upgrade, or what are the releases coming up and what versions, when they are going to be coming to end. Also, what is the right path and right strategy, and how we can make it successful. So why should I upgrade first of all? Whether it may be some situations we may consider it as pressing a panic button, or sometimes it may be considering like, oh, you know what, we don't need this anymore. It could be either of those. So, but in reality, there are actually the different challenges that we need to meet. The current the version has the end of the support, or could be the business needs a new features which we can leverage with these new versions to upgrade. And also there are some maintenance, scheduled maintenance is coming to an end, or there are new features in the newer versions which are improved and better for the businesses. And also the quite other challenges that we can consider is there are some mutually dependent applications. Those also we need to consider if they support the older versions or not. And also the key the drivers for this one is like latest versions of the database or operating systems that they support or not, the JVMs that they support, or drivers or any other protocol standards, or in fact some of the compliances whether we are going to meet or not. These are all we need to consider. So whichever is the right that we need to consider, we have to consider those. So for sure, certainly it's not a dead end, but we need to consider so many factors. So software release, AG release basics. So if you take a look at there are several the types of the releases that software AG coming up. So the major versions, which are the significant new features, has the architectural changes, and also bringing a lot of new features, which are example is 9.0, and also the minor versions which implies to some important new features or critical fixes like 9.5. Also some service packs which increments one next to that, which is like 9.6 with accumulated features. Also there are some feature packs that will be coming in. These feature packs are not really you need to apply. These are provided to certain customers who have some challenges, and those will be integrated in an accumulated fashion in the next major releases. Also there will be some fixes for the unresolved issues, so those will be coming in as cumulative fixes in the next upcoming service packs. Support and version availability. So software AG has pretty much similar to most of the major software vendors, similar fashion. They provide the customers with the beta, where the beta is a few customers and implementation partners, they participate in this, either implementation or a tryout or sandbox model, whatever they wanted to. And still there will be several defects exist, and as we find the defects, we report those back to the software AG to help them fix those, and it will be part of initial implementing customers or the business partners, where it's going to be a mutual beneficial for both. GA is going to be announced for everyone, so every customer can purchase this or upgrade to the GA. When it comes to end of standard maintenance, there won't be any new fixes or no service packs, and it may not comply with the new databases or operating systems or JVMs. It may work, but may not comply. Also, if you look at 822 for web methods is coming to end of this month, and end of standard support is going to be further a little bit extended than the maintenance, where you find no further standard support thereafter. And also, if you wanted to support your existing environment, if you don't want to upgrade, in which case you need to pay additional dollars for that. And also, any of the solutions are not guaranteed for the issues or some critical problems that comes up. And if you look at for 822, which is coming to end next June, also 812 already ended December last year. This is a typical upgrade path that SAG suggests for 822 and 96 using migration utility to migrate IS and TN artifacts, and we apply the latest fixes and make code rectification and test it and migrate it. So that is a high-level side-by-side upgrade path. Whereas, in addition to this, ProSoft had built an addition framework within an automated fashion to help our customers to fill certain gaps or implement it faster, and also make it a less human error than the traditional way, so that we help our customers implementing this way faster and successful in much more efficient way. So upgrade strategy is going to be the key factor, and also the methodology that we apply. So it is very important for us to analyze the environment, existing environment, and what we want it to be. We need to come up with the right points to consider. One is define the right artifacts for our upgrade strategy, and come up with a plan and upgrade path, and we need to consider whether we need to upgrade our hardware and platform. We need to also key thing is we need to consider the physical and the logical architecture before even we go for our methodology. So we need to consider these are the two areas, one very important, and also in most cases we go with the side-by-side installation. In the methodology, this is just a high-level methodology. Is install and stand up, configure the new environment, then migrate the components, rectify the code, and deploy and conduct the regression testing, and cut over and go to live. So if there are any issues comes up, obviously we need to plan for the rollback. So we have some argumentations in ProSoft's upgrade procedure. So in our analysis and planning phase, we do define the strategy or plan for the upgrade path, and determine the architecture for physical as well as logical, and then we go with the upgrade path. It is going to be a completely documented approach. We should be able to trackable in every phase, and we rely on the automation and leverage our homegrown framework that is being developed. And the path is going to be installation, stand up, configure, migrating the code, and rectifying the code. Then we deploy, conduct the regression testing. So once that is been done, we do the cutover and go to live. And also we are ready. We are there ready for any other challenges that comes up. So typically, like, we haven't seen much issues in our upgrade path. We have seen a consistent success where it's been proven, and even if it is going to be very custom services that we need to migrate, even the very older versions like 712 or even before, so those are also been very well tracked and been migrated and been rectified and implemented. So we also provide the warranty and support for this one, and within that there is going to be a support for agreed time frame, Also, there is extended offline support if it is needed, whereas some customers they may need it. Also, we provide and also conduct some training sessions to the team so that they get trained and they maintain their environments. So here are few of our success stories that you can look at. Our motto is like, we wanted to make sure our customer, it's not our business is a success, our customer is being success, our customer is being happy. So our projects are on time and there are no delays, and or you can call never delayed projects, and we never exceed the estimates, and we never slip our time frames as we promise. And if you look at here, there are a few of our customers in the recent past that we have been doing our modernization. So there are other customers, there are a few customers that we have done. I have listed here. So next topic is going to be improvements into the SDLC. So this is one of the foremost important things that we need to consider, where the SDLC pitfalls can bite us at any point of time, so which we need to consider and have a better process altogether. So one of those is adapting the right source control and change control process. We should have a better integrated software configuration management tools where we have well supported within our environments like dev, QA, and stage and production environments. Also, we will leave less a chance for the human interventions or errors, and we can build the consistency and make sure that it has been error proof in most cases, and also we can do well defined automated code propagation and deployment, and where we can build the consistency between dev, QA, stage, or production, whichever the environments that exist between all those environments. And also when it comes to the audit, it's also very important for us to meet the internal and external audits, especially when the compliance and government auditor-driven organizations. It's very important to meet those certain audits, as well as ITIL and SOX compliances, also very important. So in order to meet those, it's a well-driven source and change control process is very important. So we have seen our consistency in implementing these areas as well. And another important thing is we need to leverage our improved architecture strategy. So architecture strategy has to be dependable reference architecture, where we can build a robust, reusable, and retrackable solution, and also which helps us to improve without making any changes or few or minor changes to hardware or software or iOS and other external dependencies also, because we take all this into consideration when we are building our dependable reference architecture. And we can also improve the solutions quality and also our supportability. And we can decrease the time to market of integration solutions in the technical areas. And also a test bed and test strategy is also very important, where we don't want to repeat any defects or any issues in the production environments. That's for that we need to have the right test strategy as well. We need to build the best possible test environment or test bed that can be a reusable one, and rely more on the test automation. We have seen a lot of success with the test automation versus when we were doing the manual testing, and that reduces number of test cycles and also drastically reduces the either introduction of the new defects or discovering the defects. We will have the stability and durability. Also, it's better to consider implementing some of the commercially off-the-shelf tools, either from Rational or HP Mercury tools, something like that. And also, it is important for us to maintain the test scripts and documentation where the things can be changing day to day. So now it's time for the questions.
Yep. Thank you so much, Arvind. This is James Tiwari again. Now with that, actually, we'll open for questions to those of you who has any questions. There will be a question tab in your GoToMeeting window. You can type in all your questions and we'll address them. Once again, there will be a questions tab in the GoToMeeting window. You can type in any of your queries there. Okay, it seems a nice crowd, no questions at all. Okay, thank you so much for your time today. Any of your questions can be answered through emails. We'll be sending a thanks note to all the attendees and registrants for this webinar. You can place your questions and send out an email to us. Alternately, you can contact our director, Alok Singh. His email ID is mentioned here. You'll all receive the link and the link for the recorded session. Thank you so much for your time. We will look forward to see you in our next webinar, exactly same time, Wednesday next week. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.